after trading him to the 49ers 4 years ago. Patriots insider Tom Curran wrote yesterday that it's not a matter of if Jimmy G gets dealt back to the Patriots, it's a matter of when. He's normally on this stuff, guys. Shannon, after tonight, is Jimmy G a 49er or a Patriot?
Well, Skip, you're hearing that they're trying to work out contract, lower his cap number and things of that nature. But for me, Jimmy would be a great bridge, for one of these quarterbacks. We know they're going to select a quarterback to learn up under for a year and then turn the reins over to him. Or do you trust C.J. Beathard to be that guy, Nick Mullins to be that guy? I think if Kyle thought they were going to be the guy, he wouldn't have moved from 12 to 3. Now, it's being reported also that the Patriots are interested in moving maybe from 15 to 4. Now, if Kyle Shanahan gave up 2 first-rounders and a third to move from 12 to 3, what the hell you think it's going to cost Belichick to move to 15 to 4? It's going to cost him at least that, maybe a second, Skip. That would fly in the very face of everything that we know about Coach Belichick.
And that's to take Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Okay. But also, Skip, him spending $170 million in free agency flies in the face of everything that we know about Coach Belichick. So considering that he had the type of year that all bets are off. Skip, I'm not used to not making the playoffs.
Yep.
I'm not used to not going to Super Bowls. I'm not used to being the topic of conversation when it comes to the playoffs. So I'm going to have to do things, that word again, Skip, unconventional. So Coach Belichick might do something out of desperation, but I just don't see it. And considering that the draft class next year, they say, Spencer Rattler, the kid out of Sam Howell, the kid out of North Carolina, you got 5 guys. They got first.
Spencer Rattler's University of Oklahoma.
University of Oklahoma. And Sam
he has got a live arm. Trust me.
Coach Belichick said, I can't wait till next year. Coach Belichick said, I kind of need to get something done right now because people like Skip Bayless talking crazy about me, talking about I can't coach.
I'm talking truth about him.
Talking about Tom Brady get 85% of the credit.
Correct.
That everybody knows I deserve 60, at least 60% of the credit. So I believe I'm going to say, you know what, Skip? It's going to be hard for Jimmy G to go back to San Francisco, Skip. After everything Kyle said, I can't promise you we're going to be alive on Sunday. I'll say he gone, Skip. He gone. He's gone.
Okay. I believe that the great Bill Belichick is right now sitting on the hottest seat in the draft because he got called out by his owner.
Yeah, he did.
Who basically said, we have to draft better because they do have to draft better. Because Robert Kraft has learned many years ago, you don't fix it via free agency. No. You build it through the draft.
That's a short-term fix. Yes. That's not sustainable.
Okay. So he let him open the team checkbook and just throw money all over the place. And he overpaid here, there, and everywhere. But you said, well, you just have to.
You got to.
If you're trying to fix the problem, plug the leaks, and you go first in free agency. They went first everywhere they went.
Yeah, Skip, if your toilet's overflowing and you got a leak in your house, you call somebody, you say, I'm charging $200 an hour. Okay, you gonna pay it. You done made the mistakes he made drafting, you gonna overpay.
About a year ago, when you're going to the CVS for Purell, and it says it costs like $12 a bottle, or whatever, you just say, okay, I gotta have it.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. So Belichick was desperate for Purell.
He was.
And now he's desperate for a quarterback. So Todd McShay's latest mock has Mac Jones, your guy, falling to 15, and would he take Mac Jones? I am not sure about that. It makes sense that he would be the 5th quarterback who was ranked high, who would fall in your lap.
Right.
But you love Mac Jones. Do you think Bill Belichick loves Mac Jones enough to take him if he falls to 15?
I do.
Do you?
I do. I didn't think Mac Jones would be there. But, yes, I think he would. If he fell to him, absolutely. With the connection with Coach Saban, and knowing the way Coach Saban is a chip off Coach Belichick's old block, he was a defensive lift. So, Skip, you know how they
that could work both ways. Saban could be whispering to Belichick, well, I just don't know if he's talented enough to lift a whole pro franchise up.
Skip, I mean, he's taking too many Alabama guys for him not to shy away. Now, you look at his running back, his linebackers, he loves Alabama guys.
Okay.
He knows they're well coached. You got to be well coached, and you got to be smart to play. Got to be disciplined.
The new USA Today draft today has Mac Jones falling to 19 to the Washington football team. That, to me, is likelier.
Right.
So back to Tom Curran, and it's inevitable.
So what do the Patriots take at 15?
A lot, under the best player available.
Oh, so you said if they get Jimmy G, they won't need to take?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm about to get to Jimmy G because I agree it feels inevitable to me. It feels like fair is fair, and that Belichick, he'll need to see how the top of the draft falls,
Right.
but that he's sitting on the 46th overall pick, mid-second round.
Right.
Wouldn't that be a fair price for Jimmy G?
I
Because
gave
they
it to you
got
for a
him
second.
for a
Yeah.
2, right?
Yep.
And again, he gave away Jimmy G. Jimmy G had earned the right to have a first-round tag on him.
Well, Skip, this is a situation, Skip. I don't think either one of these couples wanted to part.
Yep.
And we went out, we tried different things, and guess what? We back together.
Okay.
Coach Belichick didn't want to part with Jimmy. I don't believe Jimmy wanted to go. Jimmy wanted to start, and he knew he couldn't start there. Coach Belichick didn't want him to go, but Mr. Kraft said, you got to get him up out of here. So guess what, Skip? 3 years later,
Yeah.
they gonna get married.
Hey, it's on a silver platter for Belichick to tell the NFL, watch me now. I got him. And it's not like Jimmy got old, you know, and Jimmy had his moments.
You do realize that the New England Patriots got a quarterback in Cam, so what Cam's supposed to be doing all this?
Okay, so that begs the question. Is Jimmy G a little better than Cam Newton right here, right now? I'm going to go slightly.
Okay.
I'm just going to go slightly because Cam is beat up and
Jimmy is beat up.
I know he couldn't stay healthy, but Cam's beat up like physically and mentally. He's just taking a lot of pounding. And again, they really struggled on offense last year, and I don't want to keep dredging up all the bad Cam numbers, but he had a rough year.
We had COVID.
He did have COVID for a while, and I will give you that.
Yeah, and all the opt-outs. So all those guys come back, that defense going to be right.
Okay, but Bill Belichick didn't draft Cam Newton, and he didn't make him the MVP of the league in 2015. He needed him as a stopgap, and he was a really good stopgap. And to your point, and I honor what Cam did last year, because that was a bad football team, especially on offense. He had virtually nobody to throw to of any ilk. You know, there was nobody where you could trust, oh, he'll get open. No, you couldn't trust any of them because, as Brady said the year before, we can't separate. They were worst in the league in separation both 2 years ago and last year.
Think about it. Julian Edelman retired.
He retired.
That was the guy Cam was trying to throw to.
Right.
And the wide receiver that they took in the first round 2 years ago, Skip, he can't get open against you and I.
Hey, and yet Cam had like a Wizard of Oz night at Seattle. It was like the second Sunday night game, right? It was like somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know where that came from, but that was spectacular.
He had another one against Buffalo.
He did, and should have won the game, and they couldn't quite close the deal. He had the glitch at the end of the game. So he had his moments. But look, this is the guy Bill Belichick handpicked in the second round to succeed Tom Brady.
He did.
Right?
He did do that.
And he had it all lined up. It was all ready to go in 2017 until Mr. Kraft said no.
No.
And Tommy, as you say, went to daddy, and you know the rest of the story.
Right.
And I still think that was the right move because obviously they went on to win 2 more Super Bowls and play in 3 more.
Yep.
Okay, and they should have won the other one if not for Belichick giving up 41 points to Nick Foles.
Right.
But that's a whole nother issue.
But
So,
Coach Belichick said, well, see, Mr. Kraft, I'm granted, but now look at us.
Okay,
We had to
so
spend $180 million of your dollars.
would Jimmy G redo his contract to some extent? Would he take a little less money? I don't know about that, but he's scheduled to make $25 million. But to me, this is Belichick saying, I'm back in business. This is where I wanted to be. It'd be up to about 5 years ago.
Right.
And now I'm back on track. And again, what's the Bible say? Pride goeth before the fall. And I think your pride is going to do you in here. I don't think Jimmy G is the answer. I don't think he can perform any better than Cam performed last year.
Right.
I think he will struggle. I think he's one of those guys with a lot of talent who doesn't process all that quickly, and he's an interception waiting to happen.
And that's the thing that's going to drive Coach Belichick crazy.
I got it.
Is the turnovers. Can we turn it over?
Yep, but Belichick will say, I'll fix that.
Okay.
Okay, remember what happened when Jimmy G first got to San Francisco? He's texting him after his good
that's my
game.
guy. Yeah, how you doing, Jimmy?
Yeah, way to go, Jimmy.
Skip, we don't know. He might have texted Tom Brady on the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
He did not.
How you know, Skip?
Yeah, he might have texted him, you sorry.